How do you ever ask yourself how big the Philippines is? Or what are the boundaries of the Philippines in case of gender inequality in marriage and criminal law? Well, if you haven't asked those questions, this is your lucky day. Because today, we will going to discuss which is the gender inequality in marriage and criminal law. But before I formally start in our lessons, let me first give you a fun fact. Did you know that girls and women in the 19th century lived in the age characterized by gender inequality? In the most instances, men were the primary breadwinner and women were expected to stay at home to raise their children, to clean, to cook, and to provide heavily returning husband. And also girls and women suffered the most of the negative impact of rigid gender norms and roles. They are more likely to experience these restrictions of the freedom and mobility. They are experiencing epidemic levels of violence and harassment across the globe and have a fewer opportunity how to choose their life. That's the fun fact for these episodes. Now let's proceed to the definitions of gender inequality. According to its definitions, gender inequality is a social phenomenon in which men and women are not treated equally. The treatment may be arises from the distinctions regarding biology, psychology, or cultural norms and prevalent in the society. And some of these distinctions are empirical grounded, while others appear to be a social construct. Gender inequality is discriminations on the basis of sex or gender causing one sex or gender to be routinely privileged or prioritized over other. Gender prejudice and resulting gender discriminations begin in childhood. From the moment that they are born girls and boys, they face unequal gender norms regarding expectations and resources and opportunities with a lifelong consequences in their homes, schools, and communities. For example, from the word boys are often to encourage to go to school, to get an education, to prepare for work, while girls carrying a heavy household responsibility that keep them from the school and increasing the odds of the child.
Hi, I'm ROSELYN BUNOT and I'm the second reporter. I will tackle about marriage inequality. So, what is marriage inequality? Marriage inequality is the state of same-sex couples being unable to legally marry. Some examples of marriage inequality is same-sex marriage, feminine to feminine, and masculine to masculine. These are the persons who is unable to legally marry. So let's move to the definition of term of marriage. Marriage is a special contract of permanent union between men and women, entered into in accordance with law for the establishment of conjugal and family life. The fact that the specific law provides marriage only for a man and a woman causes exclusion of homosexual relationship as if only accommodates heterosexual ones. This deprives members of the LGBTQ of this constitutionally enshrined right afforded supposedly to every Filipino. Glowing from that definition, succeeding provisions of martial laws in the Philippines are anchored on the above inequality. Apart from the martial laws, various personal laws present this picture of inequality in its provisions. The crime of adultery presents harsher requisites than the crime of concubines. Article 333 and 334 of the Revised Penal Code. Vagrants and prostitutes pertains only to women. Article 202 of the Revised Penal Code. Disputable Presumption 131, Section 3 of the Rule of Court, and removal of criminal liability for rapists under RA 8363 should be also visited. Incorporating gender inequality in various laws are vital to be addressed. Otherwise, this concept will further proliferated.
Hi, I'm the third reporter. My name is NARCISA Muhammad, and now I'm going to tackle about the criminal law. So what is criminal law? It is the body of law that relates to crime. It prescribes conduct perceived as threatening, harmful, or otherwise and gathering to the property, health, safety, and moral welfare of the people inclusive of one's self. Now let's proceed to introduction. Marriage law in the Philippines are only based on sex, not on gender. In the 1987 Philippine Constitution, marriage is stated as inviolable social institution, is the foundation of the family and shall be protected by the state Article 15 Section 2 1987 Constitution. Under the Family Code, marriage is defined as a special contract of permanent union between a man and a woman, entered into in accordance with law for the establishment of conjugal and family life. Article the Family Code of the Philippines. So how does gender inequality affects the criminal justice system? Gender-based discrimination in the criminal justice system creates significant obstacles to achieve access to justice for all. This problem disproportionately affects women who still face significant barriers in accessing justice, whether they are victims, witness, alleged offenders, or prisoners. What is the relationship between crime and gender? One of the most consistent and strong findings in criminology is that females commit much less crime and juvenile delinquency than males. This gender gap in law violation is found using data on arrests, convictions, self-reported crime, and victims' reports about offenders.
So, I am the LESS reporter. I'm JAYMIE and BUCOY. What knowledge obtained from gender inequality in marriage and criminal laws can you utilize for yourself, family, community, and society? The division of labor is one of the factors that contribute to gender inequality in the workplace. Gender inequality starts at home, and families are the forefront of the movement. The examples provided at home by your parents, caregivers, and extended family are influencing how the generation views gender inequality. Gender describes the role, rights, and responsibilities that society considers appropriate for men and women. It refers to social, economic, and cultural attributes and opportunities associated with being a male or female. Gender roles, responsibilities, inequalities, and differences are not the same in various societies.
Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from us. Thank you.